Hey, this is Raul and how's it going everyone? In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 accessories that's going to improve your video production quality. So no matter if you're a vlogger or a cinematographer. Now, I've been making videos for my channel for the last 5 years, and this learning process has helped me transition from a YouTube content creator to a real commercial videographer, and I've been doing some events lately. So this is what I've learned over the 5 years, and if you're a beginner videographer, this one video will help you gain all of that knowledge compressed into one. First thing that you would need is not related to video directly. Audio is very important about your videos, so what I recommend to every videographer, especially those who are covering events, is buying a Rode Video Micro. This is one of the best shotgun mics in my opinion. The audio quality is similar to Rode's much more expensive products like the Rode Video Mic Pro, but those require battery and they require you to manage all of that, charging up those batteries and everything, whereas this mic is powered from the camera. So you just put it on top of your camera, and whenever you're recording, you have a good clean audio that's very directional. It comes from the front, picks up a little bit from the sides, blocks out from the back. It's good enough for interviews. Lots of vloggers use this. A lot of people do not have any on-camera audio, and then something interesting happens and they have to go with the inbuilt audio, which is always very bad. A lot of other videographers, what they do is they try to record the audio separately, and that's where they use the Zoom H1. I'll put links to all of the things that I'm discussing here. Now, this can be useful if you're away from the camera and you're holding it like a mic. I think my cat sat on it, so don't mind a lot of cat hair on it. But this is the Zoom H1, and it can be used as an audio recorder with your own mic input going in, like your lav mic, or inbuilt microphones are really good as well. Putting on this foam, this becomes a really good recorder for your audio, especially when you're away from the camera, or if you're taking in any background noises, like there's some waterfall where you're shooting. You can record that separately and design your soundtrack, but all of that is more of an hassle if you have an onboard microphone, specifically like the Rode Video Micro. Most of the times you will have a really good audio track and you can use that in your videos. The second thing that I'm going to recommend is an ND filter. In video, the shutter speed has to be double of the frame rate that you're shooting. So if you're shooting 30 FPS or 24 FPS cinematic, then your shutter speed has to be double of 24, which is around 48. So in the camera, 50 is available, so that's the closest. We use 50. So you're limited in shutter speed, but you're shooting outdoors and your huge full frame camera or your APS-C sensor is recording more light than it's needed. So that's where these come in. This is an ND filter, and as you can see, this is the variable version. So as you turn, you can improve or decrease the darkness. So this is like an adjustable pair of sunglasses for you. It just blocks in the amount of light, which lets you shoot at a natural shutter speed and still keep the image properly exposed. If you're not using an ND filter, a lot of overexposure might happen. So my friend recently forgot to attach it, and this is the result that you saw. This is without the ND, and with the ND it would have been properly exposed like you see on my regular videos. An ND filter comes in two variants. One is the standard basic ND filter. This is non-adjustable, but it provides better image quality. The only downside is you have to switch between brightness settings. Like for a cloudy day, maybe you're going for ND8, and then for a sunny day, ND16, and extra sunny you're going for ND32. So you'd have to buy 3 ND filters, and then you have to keep switching them between your actual light settings, but they do have better image quality. Third thing on the list is very self-explanatory. It's a tripod. I'm currently using an Amazon Basics tripod in my home, and I have a very expensive tripod in my studio. Both the links will be provided in the description below. As usual, the Amazon Basics tripod is just about 800 rupees or $11. Very cheap thing, but it still does a very good job as a tabletop tripod, and it's very light and it has extendable legs, so you can use it outdoors, but I would say it's not very secure like those expensive ones. A tripod is very important for talking videos like this, interviews and whatever. You just put your camera on a very secure location and make sure it doesn't fall over, it's not on uneven ground, and then your camera is leveled, which can be almost impossible to do with a manual camera operator holding it by hand. Even if you're a handheld vlogger, having a tripod will enable you to sometimes set it down. Maybe go for a Joby bendy type tripod. Basically, having any tripod will improve your production game. Now moving on to the fourth thing that we're going to talk about is the gimbal. This is a dedicated GoPro gimbal, so if you're shooting out of a smartphone or a GoPro, the gimbals can be anywhere from $100 to $250. This is the Feiyutech G5. There is a better version called the Feiyutech G6. So these are gimbals, and what they do is smooth out your cinematic motions, improve your video quality beyond a certain amount. If you're specifically shooting B-roll or any cinematography, the amount of things that you can do with this, the type of shots that you can get, kind of limitless. They're also very good for walking around follow shots. You can walk with one of these in your hand. Footage comes out to be really smooth and pleasing. If you're using a mirrorless small factor camera, then you can go for the Zhiyun Crane M2, which is around $250, I believe. And if you're going for a DSLR, like, you can go for the Ronin SC, which is close to $500. So if you're using an expensive camera, yeah, the gimbal prices also go up. The final thing on the list is going to be an LED light. I personally use the Aputure's M9 as a very compact on-camera LED light, and usually I shoot outdoors, bright locations. It doesn't come in handy, but while I was shooting a nightclub in Bangalore, that LED light came in super handy. So having your own light source can be really useful when the light condition starts falling apart, and you never know when that might happen. So my cat has visited. Anyways, okay, silence, making a video here. This LED light, if you want a bigger light, I do recommend the Aputure's 672C, which is a color changing variant. Very important light for event videographers. Lightweight, you can easily carry it around. Those are the 5 things that really changes your video shooting game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be coming back with more production tips and some motorcycle discussion videos as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll hope to see you guys soon on my next video. Goodbye.